Good morning, coolest coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. This, I'm pretty sure, is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Why are
So,
you laughing?
Kristin, we were just about to go live, and you popped in, and this is what we see. Can you tell us why are you dressed
What's
like an
funny?
elf?
I don't understand what's so funny today. Um, I am dressed up because apparently it is Christmas and July celebrations downtown in Manitowoc this weekend. And there's like sidewalk sales and all kinds of things going on. I feel like I have to do this so you can see my little. And today, if you stop down at Jen's Java festively, you get entered to win a gift certificate.
Oh, seriously? So, have you already been there? Did you get
I
entered?
was, yes. I have a normal Friday morning coffee meetup, and so the girls and I dressed up, and I just got home. So you get me like this.
Fun. So you weren't alone in your Christmas festivity this morning.
No, we did. I did see some other friends that had festive gear on. So yeah,
Okay, so I think the temperature is a little cooler today, so maybe the hat and the sort of sweater sleeves aren't bad.
yeah. I mean, like this is like a sweater dress. I'll give you the full view. So yes, I was like, what can I actually wear and not roast in? I will not be keeping this on all day, have no fear. But for now, it's cute.
It's going to be so confusing when I do the show placard for next week and you've got elf ears.
I mean, yeah. So maybe check out. You might get some good deals at some of our local small businesses this weekend.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that at all. Can you tell us any more details?
I know tomorrow is sidewalk sales because my darling daughter will be working at the flower gallery. So stop downtown because usually either they have like samples out to try or they're clearing out inventory and they've got great deals. So it might be a great day to like hit the farmers market and then kind of walk up and down 8th Street.
So is this kind of like the crazy days of Days of Old, which I haven't heard about in many years?
I think so. And a lot of the stores, by a lot, I mean maybe 10 stores have Evergleams out right now again. So if you missed it or you don't know about the Evergleams, but you want to check it out, there is a number of storefronts that have Evergleams out.
Okay, so it really is a whole Christmas in July kind of commitment.
I think so. The old Shooty building, which is on the corner of J and 8th Street, so it'd be on the northwest corner, there is like 40 Christmas trees in that storefront right now. So again, just kind of a neat thing to stop and check it out.
How fun. And I think shoppers don't have to be dressed as Christmas elves to enjoy the day, right?
They don't, but they could be. Or they could dress as Santa, or just something festive. It's kind of a fun idea to like, oh, what do I have for the holidays? And
I have
does
this image, Kristen, when we're done with the show, is you're going to like kind of shrink up and just go and sit on that little shelf behind you, the Kristen elf on the shelf.
would that be cute? Maybe I'll see if the girls can take a picture of me and then I'll use chat to put it in there and then that could be the placard for next week.
So cute, so cute. I have to see that, yes. Okay, and then the deal at Jen's Java where you get entered into a drawing if you're dressed festively. How long does that last? Is that just today?
Uh, she did it yesterday, today, and I think tomorrow.
Okay, all
I think
right.
I saw the 23rd through the 25th.
So it might be worth pulling out your Christmas festivity gear and having a little fun, winning some prizes potentially.
Maybe, I don't know.
Did anyone look at you funny? Did you get pulled over by any chance and then have to explain why you're dressed like a Christmas elf?
I did not get pulled over.
Awesome.
I did get a few funny looks of people that maybe were just cruising at Jen's to get coffee on a Friday and don't know anything about it. It's kind of fun and silly, right? So, like, my girls wore Christmas antlers today and picked, red outfits to wear. So, yeah,
Cool. So
yeah.
how does it feel to be, celebrating Christmas this far out of the normal season time?
I mean, the girls had Christmas music on in the car, and I did not love that. Like a weird thing to have it be like warm outside and listening. But other than that, it's fine. I didn't like necessarily have anything inspired, but somebody was like, "Ooh, I'm getting a peppermint mocha today." Then,
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
like the thing you only have at certain times of the year. It's kind of
Yeah.
be like, okay, I'm going to do that today.
Yeah. Does it also make you feel, does it cool you off in the hot temps to think, of what the temperature is like at Christmas?
No, I very much enjoy the weather right now.
Okay. Speaking of the weather, I'm so relieved that the smoky haze has finally passed.
Yes. Yeah, the smoky haze has passed. It has cooled off. I mean, in some ways, we're kind of back to like hoodies at night, which is a weird thing from last week. And I feel like we almost got more condition last week for the warm. So it feels like 73 feels extra cool.
Yeah,
Have you
right?
had this experience at all?
Yeah, yeah. I actually checked the temperature. I'm like, oh, it got a little chilly, and it was 74 degrees. And I thought, oh, that's funny.
Yes. Yeah, we've been sleeping with our bedroom windows open again the last couple of nights, which we love, by the way. We love just the fresh air overnight. But
Yeah.
I've been sleeping with two blankets on, which is comical because it's like probably 65 at night. It's not chilly, but
I think I sleep with the blanket on no matter what. It's something about that like weight, and it feels protected.
yeah. Yes. I normally have one blanket on, but I've been then pulling up a second blanket and sleeping with that, which I'd rather have it be cool and use two blankets than to be hot. So
So, hey, Christmas in July. Are you going to be exchanging Christmas gifts with the family? Are the girls expecting that?
oh, no. I mean, we are headed to Bay Beach this afternoon. I feel like that's a gift in itself, isn't it?
Totally,
So
totally.
I am not going dressed as an elf, just in case you were wondering,
I was.
or if you were hoping I will be dressing after this.
Oh, Kristen, don't you want to ride the Zip and Pippin dressed as an elf and get just like an epic photo?
I like that would be fun. I do not want to wear a sweater dress. It's supposed to be like 80 by this afternoon. And I think, as much as I was very comfortable this morning, I think by this afternoon it's going to be a bit much.
And it would be different if Christmas in July celebration was sort of a statewide thing this weekend, but because it's Manitowoc, I
People
think
might be wondering a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Or maybe I'll fit in. Who knows?
Hey, you know what I am wondering about? Tell me about this cribbage game.
So we went camping last weekend and we finally snuck in some cribbage. Grace and I played Scrabble. We played Old Maid. It was just really fun to kind of slow down and like really have time for that. But I skunked Doug.
You did?
Look
Yeah.
at this epic hand. I had to like lay the hand out, right?
Yeah.
So this is a good hand by itself. And then there was a 9 on the flip. So that you just know that means more 15s then with those 6s. But yes. And he did this and then he took his hands off and I was like, wait, give me my phone. Give me your phone. I didn't have my phone there. Give me your phone and go back to that pose because that's the skunked pose.
Defeated Doug pose is not a pose we often get to see, especially cribbage related. So,
I was on a roll. I won all the cribbage games and I won Scrabble against Grace.
so you know what? Let's talk about this. So, is this the winning game?
This is the winning game. I don't know if we were done. I kind of have to look at, when you get down to the end, you kind of get to like ins and ats. And so maybe we weren't quite finished, but she was able to use up all of her tiles. I had to take minus points on one. But it was really fun. We haven't played Scrabble in a long time.
So, is there a word that you were particularly excited about when you got to lay it down?
Um, I don't know if I was necessarily excited about a particular word, but Grace, I'm trying to think about what word we were working on. And it might have been, so Grace, I think, put event down, which is in the bottom right corner.
Mm.
And then I did prevent, and I got a lot more points off of that. So she was not happy about that one.
That's awesome.
I actually thought there was another one where there were like 3 versions of the word, but it's not jumping out at me.
I do have a question. What is the word FOREM?
Where?
So if you go up from event, almost near the top of the board, and it's running vertically.
Oh, forum. But that should have a U in it. I'm guessing this is a word that Grace Googled and found an alternate spelling for, and therefore like pass the bill. Forum, like we're getting together and having a forum, but usually that's spelled with a U.
Okay. Yep. I thought
So
so.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really a fun weekend to just play games, be present. We swam a lot. There was like a nice pool there, so it was.
Oh, so where did you go camping?
We were camping in Fremont, which is like an hour west of Fond du Lac,
Oh, oh.
and very close to like red granite, if you're familiar with that. The interesting thing is, we left on Friday later in the afternoon, and by the time we got to Fond du Lac, so we drove south and went on 23 across. By the time we got to Fond du Lac, the smoke was clear and the skies were blue. So like the smoke and everything that was happening here along the lakeshore must have been hugging the lakeshore or that like Lake Michigan corridor because we didn't have any of it over the weekend.
That is so weird.
Isn't it?
So, like, meteorologically, what's happening there?
Well, I mean, there obviously must be different airflows and things that happen along Lake Michigan or along, like we get lake effect snow and all these things that happen within a couple of miles of the lakeshore.
Right.
So it's not surprising to me that that phenomena would happen in the summer with other things. But all of a sudden we were like, wait, the sky is blue here. We'd been looking at kind of haze for days.
Days for days.
But it was really nice to see clear skies and not like have that smokiness in the air. Like I took an allergy pill like 3 days last week because I just felt like I was congested and I'm not usually real sensitive, but for friends that have lung stuff or allergies, I would imagine it was kind of a tough week between the heat and that.
Yeah, I'm usually not that sensitive either, but I could feel it in the back of my throat, just like a little pick or burn or something.
Yeah. Yep. So we
Did not
spent
love
lots
it.
of time outside because it was so nice to be out and not have any of that.
Did you find there were a lot of people? Were there a lot of people camping?
I mean, this was a big campground. I don't really know. Like, we've never been there before, so maybe.
Okay.
There's a lot
But
of
so it
people.
didn't feel
Out.
overwhelming or anything?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just it's a slower way of life for a few days.
Any wildlife sightings while you were there?
Did we have any wildlife sightings? We saw deer and baby deer, which I know you saw deer.
Yeah.
I don't know if we really did, but let's talk about the deer that visited you.
Yeah, so it was, it was right around dusk, and we had just settled down and we were going to watch a program on TV. And all of a sudden, right by the window, I noticed some movement. And I'm like, Jason, there's a deer walking past the window. And then he literally like stopped and looked in on us. And I had like quickly grabbed my phone. I like didn't even want to move. I didn't want to
Yes.
scare him away. And I'm like, oh my God, we are the ones in the zoo in this case. Like we were imagining like he went back to his dear buddies. He's like, I saw the animals out today.
Yes. I visited the human zoo, and this is what they were doing in their enclosure,
Yeah, it wasn't exciting. They were just laying around.
which is what I feel like we say all the time when we go watch them at the zoo, right?
Yeah. Oh, the porcupine, he's just laying there again. Yeah.
How long did they hang out for?
It was just one,
Okay.
which kind of surprised me, right? Like I was on the lookout to see if there were buddies with him. And it wasn't very long. He just kind of like slowly made his way past, stopped and looked in. Meh, they're just laying there and moved on.
Sure. I mean, there is a lot of deer in Lincoln Park and around that area, so it's not shocking that you would have them around your home. The fact that it was like looking in your window is really cool.
Yeah, and my neighbor, so I'd sent this to her, like, hey, the deer are out and about and peeking in. And then she sent me a picture yesterday that there was like a mom doe and a baby fawn. And there was a picture, and the fawn was like peeking in her window. So,
That's cute. So there is multiple deer kind of roaming the neighborhood.
and I wonder if they could actually see in or if they noticed a reflection of themselves.
Ooh, that's a great question. So insightful, Tina Prigge. So insightful. That's a great point. That's really cool. This is a little bit different, but my aunt and uncle were visiting from Kansas last week.
Yes.
And I'll talk about this in a minute. That was a fun thing. So we they went up north with my mom and my aunt and uncle to like Mountain White Lake area
Mm.
just for a day trip to visit my aunt and uncle's cottage, which is on Boulder Lake. So they went for a pontoon boat ride and they did kayaking and had dinner up there. But they saw one black bear on one part of the trip, like crossing the road in the woods. And then they actually saw a mom and two cubs cross the road in front of them, which we've been going up, Doug and I have been going up there together for like 20 years. We've only seen bear like twice in all of that time. And they saw two sets in the same day.
I had no idea
Yep.
that bear were on the wild,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
just out and
There's
about
black
here.
bear up there for sure. But yeah, isn't that cool? Like, what a cool thing to have like that sighting in the wild, just like on this one day by happenstance.
Right, right. And did the bear take notice of them, or they just were like,
I think they just like stopped the car and kind of like you, they were like trying to get their phones out without moving because they didn't want to miss it. And they didn't get any pictures, which again, like you have the picture here. Sometimes that's better than the real thing.
right, right.
But they got to see babies too. Like there were two baby cubs that crossed with a mama. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. What a cool sighting.
Yeah.
Okay,
So not local, but they did see that in Wisconsin.
and so is this when you say your Uncle Peanut?
Nope, that's my Uncle John.
Oh,
That's my dad's brother, and then his wife Sally. So they come up and they spend like a week or a week and a half in Manitowoc and kind of up and down the lakeshore. And earlier in this day, we had told them like, "Hey, Ryan's is a great spot if you're looking for something different." And Doug and I had no plans of like going out that night. And then just the way things went with kids, we were like, "Okay, let's go to Ryan's. We'll get something to eat." Our oldest daughter Grace and her friend came with us. And at one point, after we'd been there like 5 minutes, we're just waiting to drink. We looked down the bar, and two seats over is my aunt and uncle.
what? Totally unplanned.
Totally unplanned. And my mom was like out at a ball game, and we had said, like, why don't you come to Ryan's and meet us for dinner? And she's like, I don't know. And then later in the evening, she's like, well, I never heard from John and Sally, so I'm not sure where they are. And I'm like, we snapped this picture. We're like, no worries, they're with us. So we had great dinner. We got to sit up at the bar and just visit. And the people that were in between us ended up moving. So we all got to move down. And
Oh,
we just had, I mean, you guys, I know, get takeout and eat at Ryan's. Like, it's such a fun place. The food is like so unique and different. So it
I
was really,
love the food.
it was fun to introduce them to something a little bit different.
No, I think they changed the menu too. What did you get?
I had Jamaican curry chicken,
That sounds
which
good.
had like chickpeas and vegetables. There was like some shredded potatoes in there. It was really, really good. And we always get the pork dumplings there because they are bomb. How about you? What's your go-to?
Well, first of all, I'm just thinking about chickpeas right now. I love chickpeas so much. First of all, as an appetizer, I love their fried cheese.
Mm.
It's different than a cheese curd. It's like, this like thick slab of, yeah.
It's like a triangle hash brown, but it's cheese wedge instead.
And they serve it with like a raspberry dipping sauce. Oh my gosh, I love that. And then my favorite go-to is like a pork grain bowl.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Which they have like black rice and all these kinds of amazing things. I think Doug had the nudes, the garlic nudes or whatever, the noodle bowl, something like that, garlic noodle bowl.
Okay.
And he had steak in it. He said that was awesome. They had like an Asian salad and then they ordered a Cuban and they kind of split it so they could share and try some different things. But
That's Teek's go-to. He always gets the Cuban. And I also love the forbidden naan. That's a really great
yes,
sandwich.
yes. So, I mean, it just, again, it's different food than what we make at home, dare I say, are capable of making at home. Or, so just, it was really fun to hang out and visit with them for the night and pretty special.
That's awesome. Hey, do you think one thing I don't know is I haven't been there since the accident. Did you notice at all? Is there like a way in a wheelchair?
Okay, that's a really good question. I know the front is not because there's steps up front, but I wonder if there's a side entrance that is friendly.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a back entrance.
The bathroom definitely is.
Oh, it is? Oh, that's good to know.
The bathroom is. Other than the sink is really narrow to like get into, but I know the bathroom stall is. I will have to. I feel like there's a side door there.
Yeah, viewers, if you know, let us know. I keep meaning to find out, and I just haven't been brave enough to explore it yet.
Great. Or you can take BioLeg and go try it out. That's cool. What did you do this weekend, Tina?
What did I do this past weekend? What day is today? Is today Friday?
It's Friday.
So do you mean what are we doing this weekend or what did we do last weekend?
Yes, I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about.
Can I even remember a whole week ago? One thing we did is we went to the wellness center. We go to the wellness center and swim, which is amazing. But we also wanted to try out the fitness equipment because there's a bicycle mode on my leg, and it worked. You know, especially using it's a kind of like a slightly recumbent bike, so it allows the leg to go around, and it felt really good, really good.
That is so exciting. How
Now, the thing is, I couldn't get it out of bicycle mode after having put it into bicycle mode. So then I had to send him, I'm like sending this SOS text to the text, like, hey, how do I get out of bicycle mode?
what do you do to put it in bicycle mode?
It has to be synced with the phone app. And then you have to like hold two buttons for like a count of two Mississippi. And so then instead of having resistance in the knee, it's just free swinging.
Okay. And then it's supposed to work opposite of that to take it out?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants a loose knee.
No, no, it's great for bicycle mode, obviously, right? But then, yeah, if you want to start walking around again. So I think there
Yes.
was just a little glitch or something. And I think after talking to the tech, I'm not sure if syncing it to the phone is required now going forward. I think just doing the button press.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've got these new procedures to test out.
So how long did you have to wait before it switched modes?
By the time I got home, it had switched.
So were you able to transition to the wheelchair and just be like, knee, you don't get to be used right now?
Yeah, yeah, Jason helped me.
That's so great. I mean, I just am thinking about the equipment there. So just even like leg exercises and other even upper body machines that like if you are independent on your prosthetic leg, you probably can start using some of that on your own.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what we were kind of exploring. So,
So cool.
yeah. And then at therapy, they got a new machine, and it's like there's a treadmill, and then there's this harness system that goes over it. And the harness like holds you in and supports you so that without needing a cane, without needing to hold on, in theory, you can like take some steps. So I was their guinea pig yesterday evening to try it out. And my therapists are really excited going forward, right? Because one of the things in the mindset is trusting the prosthetic leg, which how do you 100% do that? But I think this machine, right, should allow me to get that feeling without the fear of falling.
Yeah, if you have that safeguard around you, like, did you feel safe in it, in the harness?
I did. You know, it was a pretty short training session, and so there was a lot of awkwardness that I would love to like work out, right?
Sure.
Because it's kind of like this tight harness corset around you.
Yes.
But I think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it definitely felt safe.
That's awesome. So in time, it's like practicing you just like doing your thing like everybody else does their thing.
Yeah.
And ideally that will transition to outside.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So the goal is to like fully trust it, to feel what that's like, to put the weight on it, and then yeah, to be able to walk without having the limitation of like if you're walking between parallel bars, they're only a certain length. So you take a
Right.
few steps, now you've got to turn around, go back. So it's I'm hoping, and I think my therapist is hoping too, that this will allow me to like kind of get into a groove and really like lock into what it feels like without having to stop, turn.
Well, yeah, and like with parallel bars, you're still like there's like this holding on or something where like if you're practicing walking, your arm should really just be swinging naturally to really practice regular movement.
Yeah. Yeah. And even without a cane too, right? Because even with the cane, like I feel like there's this little bit of a lean to the right and or too much of a lean to the right sometimes, right?
Yeah,
So to get the feeling of what it's like without,
yeah,
I'm hoping it's a game changer, but we'll see.
yeah. And just even getting your gait to be more normal, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Love it.
Thanks. Hey, you know what is also cool? I am in love with this photo you sent, Kristen. What is this? It's so beautiful.
This is our little decorative tree in our back. It's in the hydrangea family. I'm not a tree person or a plant person, so I don't really know what it is. It's definitely a hydrangea something.
Mm.
But it smells so beautiful and so fragrant right now. And it's clearly just like full bloom. So I walked out the other day and I was kind of thinking about the show, and it was just getting to be sunset. I was watering flowers and I'm like, I should go out and take a couple of pictures right now. Yeah. Isn't it gorgeous?
It is. I think not only is the tree itself gorgeous, but the time of day that you chose, right? Like the lavender sky kind of gives the petals this beautiful like tint.
Yeah. And they start white, but they will change to kind of a pinky red color.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
so you can see a little tinge of pink on some of them. Um, But yeah, I even like I walked kind of around our landscaping to get the shot with the sky in the back, and all of a sudden I was like, "Whoa, that smells good." And then when you sit and really look close, you can see like little bees and little flies, like they love it too. So there's all this little activity when you look closer.
So, and is this a tall tree? Like, were you looking up to take the photo, or did you have to crouch down
It's
to get
just
the?
kind of on a down like a little hill, so I was looking up at it a little bit to take the shot, but it's not any taller than maybe 4 feet. It's like a miniature decorative tree. So,
Okay.
the trunk is probably like this big around.
Yeah, I love it. And so, if it's in the hydrangea family, I wonder if it'll stay in bloom most of the summer with that great
That's a
smell.
great, like, it's really just starting. I notice our like hydrangea bushes out front are all budded out right now. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know. But it definitely is like at its peak right now from a scent and a look standpoint.
And then, are these lilies in your yard too?
Yes.
This is gorgeous.
Actually, are those lilies? I don't know what those are. It's a very normal landscaping thing.
Isn't it kind of like a tiger lily or a ditch lily or
Yes.
something?
Yes. But I just thought these have that little orange in the middle and then the red around the outside. So they're so pretty. And you can see there's probably hundreds of them. We have like 6 of them in a row. And
I
they're
love it.
also like saying hello.
It's like this burst, like this flame burst.
Yes. There, Cindy said daylily. Thank you. If I could remember that and keep it in between my elf ears, I'll try my best.
Thanks, Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, do you have daylilies in your yard?
Yeah, we have another variety in the front of our house that has yellow flowers, and I know I've seen orange a lot in the ditches right now. They all seem to be at bloom, but the red ones, obviously, the multicolor is just really pretty.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite season to drive around, right? The Queen Anne's lace is blooming. There's like all that periwinkle colored chicory that's in bloom, and then all these lilies. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, we've been walking in the evenings, and there's definitely a lot of just like little bits of color popping all over the place.
What else is in your yard? Is there something next that hasn't bloomed yet? Or
Oh, no. I mean, we have milkweed out front that I let go because the butterflies just really love it. And I would say that is just about done. It's
okay.
done soon.
That gets some little pretty blooms too, like some tiny little purple, right?
They do. They're kind of like little puff balls and they're colored. And then yeah, so they yeah, there Cindy has 9 or 10 different. So nice, lots of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, the milkweed, it's kind of getting to the end. Like I said, they have like pretty little puff balls that kind of stay for a while, and then they all kind of like.
Have you seen a number of monarchs because of the
Oh yeah, there was just
milkweed?
two like flittering around with each other while we were talking on the show
Ah,
all day
awesome.
long. They're right outside my office window, which is really cool because I can just sit and see them popping in. And we have some lavender out there, which the hummingbirds also really like. Um, And then again, like, I don't know what we have. I just make sure it's trimmed and there's not weeds around it.
We've got a bird feeder, and we call it bird TV. It is so fascinating to see the activity. We've kind of been keeping track, right? Like, oh, there's a new one. And my dad said his favorite bird is a goldfinch. And
Mm,
we hadn't seen one. And yesterday, for the first time, there was a goldfinch. So that was kind of
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah, my mom was talking the other night, John and Sally are around and we're visiting and talking about in September, it'll be 3 years since my dad passed. And just talking about that, and a cardinal popped on the bird feeder at her house. So, it's just like one of those things that, like, that doesn't feel like a coincidence. We felt like that was Dad saying hi.
Nice. Aw,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Kristin, this has been awesome talking to you. I will let you go get changed out of your elf costume. have
Oh,
have so much fun at Bay Beach. Definitely get some cool photos for next time.
you guys have a great weekend. It's like the last full weekend in July. I know that's crazy.
That is crazy. It feels like summer. There should be more to it because it feels like we just are getting started.
I know. I know. County Fair is like 4 weeks away.
All right, we're signing off.
That's enough of that.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts, Kristin, Odell the Elf. I'm Tina Prigge. We'll see y'all next time.